Most people live on a financial treadmill, working more hours, picking up extra shifts, and constantly measuring their lives against what they don't yet have. It is a cycle fueled by a persistent sense of lack. There is a specific friction in this approach. When the primary motivation is a desperate need for more, the goal often seems to retreat at the same speed you move toward it. This creates a scarcity baseline, an internal state that functions like a repelling force. The more intense the feeling of need, the more distance is maintained between the person and their target. This raises a question. What if you could change that relationship? Instead of exhausting yourself in pursuit, what if you could change the polarity and bring the goal to you? Moving toward a state of wealth requires leaving the chase behind. It involves a shift in internal alignment that changes you from someone who pursues into someone who attracts. Illustration 27 uses a playful aesthetic, unlike typical financial guides. The central figure sits securely inside a large red heart, holding a smaller heart. It isn't straining, it is simply resting. Surrounding stars and winged hearts visually communicate a sense of emotional safety. This feeling of security is the opposite of the tension found in the scarcity baseline. This environment represents the abundant state. The imagery suggests that a positive internal mindset is a foundational requirement for attracting external results. While the art sets the tone, the specific logic is detailed in the text below. These visual elements lead the viewer toward a specific conclusion, defined in the annotations below. The text at the bottom translates to, "A grateful heart is closest to wealth." The yellow circle around grateful highlights this specific emotion as the necessary internal condition and starting point for change. Below that, a thick yellow line emphasizes closest to wealth. This underline defines the relationship. It suggests that gratitude is not just a pleasant feeling, it is a literal measure of proximity. The more gratitude is present, the less distance there is between the individual and wealth. It is difficult to attract abundance if your primary emotional baseline remains fixed on what is missing. To change your proximity to wealth, the emotional shift has to happen first. You have to inhabit the feeling of abundance before the material evidence appears. This requires a conscious effort to move away from the habit of chasing and toward the daily practice of maintaining a grateful heart. This internal change reverses the dynamic. Instead of your efforts pushing the goal away, your state of being begins to draw it toward the center. When your internal state aligns with the concept of abundance, the distance closes. Wealth is no longer something to be hunted. It is something that is naturally pulled into your life. The most effective financial shift you can make isn't found in a new spreadsheet, but in the perspective shown in illustration 27, that the shortest path to wealth is through the joy of a grateful heart.